Alright guys, it's Mr. Lynch coming back at you with another great math lesson. This time, lesson 3.1D, graph and write equations for lines given the slope and a point. Now, as always guys, before we start these things, make sure you hit like, make sure you subscribe, make sure you are ringing that notification bell so you guys can see these videos as soon as they come out. Now, there are two ways to do this here. There's the way that they're showing us with the graph, and there's another way using pure math. I'm going to show you guys both, and then I'm going to alternate, okay? So we can look here, and they're given a slope of 1 and a point of 2, 3. So they graph the point, use the slope to find the next point, and then draw the line so they can get the equation. Easy enough, right? So let's do it over here. Graph the line that passes through the point -1, 5, and has a slope of 2. So I'm going to go over here to -1, and I'm going to go up to 5. Oops, I don't have my marker. Pen. Just let me use the pen. There's my point, and it has a slope of +2. So I'm going to go up 1 and over. Sorry, up 2 and over 1. Now I'm going to draw my line that goes through those points. And it's a little bit off, but that's okay, because we can still see what's going on. So now, our y-intercept is at 7. So if we know that b is equal to 7 and m is equal to 2, our equation is y equals 2x plus 7. Now the other way to do this, guys, and I wouldn't say it's the easier way, but another way to do it is we just plug it into our equation. So far we know our equation is y equals 2x plus some b. So I'm going to take this 5, I'm going to plug it in for my y value, because that's my y value in that coordinate pair. So we go 5 is equal to 2 times, our x value is -1 plus b. 2 times -1 is -2. So our new equation is 5 equals -2 plus b. Well, in order to get b by itself, I need to add 2 to both sides. And I get 7 is equal to b. So my equation is y equals 2x plus 7. All right, so now I'm going to alternate these ways, guys, show you how they're both used. All right, graph the line that passes through the point 4, 1. So I'm going to go over 1, 2, 3, 4, and up 1. And has a slope of -1/2. Well, if it's a -1/2, that means I'm going to go down each time I go right 2. So I'm going to go down 1 and right 2, down 1 and right 2. Now I'm going to use my ruler, and let's get this line straightened out. That looks good enough. And it's good enough. So we can see we're crossing the y-axis at the point 3, 0, 3. So our equation is y equals -1/2 x plus 3. Over here, I'm going to plot the points and draw the line, but then I'm going to show you guys the mathematical way of finding out what b is. So if I go to -6, 2, I'm going to go all the way over here to -6, I'm going to go up 2. And it's a slope of +1/3. If it's +1/3, that means I'm going to go up 1 and over 3. 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 Pull out my handy dandy ruler here. I don't know how well that was, but it works. And there's our line. So I'm going to come over here. I'm going to write y equals 1/3 x plus b. I'm going to take my y value of 2, and say 2 is equal to 1/3 times x value is -6 plus b, which means 2 is equal to 1/3 times -6 is -2 plus b. In order to get rid of this -2, I need to add 2. And I get 4 is equal to b. And we can verify that by looking at our graph. We go through the point 0, 4, so yes, it is b is 4. We get the equation y equals 1/3 x plus 4. All right, let's see what the next page has. How do you use the graph to write the equation on the lines above? Well, you look for y-intercept. That's really the big thing we're doing here is we're plotting a point, using the slope to move, and then drawing our line and seeing, okay, where does that hit the y-axis? Now, is it always going to be good to use this? No, as I showed you guys in class, this is not the way to do this every single time. Sometimes it gets a little tricky, like if your y-intercept was, I don't know, 8/3, you're not going to be able to see that with your eye. You may be able to see, oh, it's in between, 2 and 3, but you're not going to know exactly where it is unless you use this equation. Now we're going to work through some more of this. So, y is -6, slope is 4, x value is -1. So then we get -6 is equal to 4 times -1 is -4. Now in order to get rid of the -4 and leave the b by itself, I add 4. -6 plus 4 is -2. So we get -2 is equal to b. That was an easy one. So let's look at number 9. Again, we're going to plug in our y value, which is -1. Slope is 3/2 times our x value of 4 plus b. Well, 3/2 times 4. Well, 4 divided by 2 is 2. So 3 times 2 is 6. Or we just multiply straight across and get 12/2. 12 divided by 2 is 6. Now, in order to get the b by itself, I need to subtract the +6 from both sides. So we get -7 is equal to b, and our equation is y equals 3/2 x, sorry, not plus, minus 7. Up here, our equation was y equals 4x minus 2. And let's just do one more. So if it goes through the point 3, 2, our y value is 2. Our slope is 1. Our x value is 3. And we're adding on b. And again, you guys all know what 1 times 3 is, which is 3 plus b. Now, in order to get rid of that 3 and get b by itself, I need to subtract 3 from both sides. 2 minus 3 is -1. So our equation is y equals x minus 1. And again, if we have an undefined slope, really we can't do anything there except say x equals our x value, which is 3. And over here with a slope of 0, we're just going to say y equals our y value, which is -4. All right, I like fix and justify. So Philippe was asked to write the equation of a line that has a slope of 1/3 and passes through the point 6, 4. Now he made a very, very common error and just wrote the equation y equals 1/3 x plus 4. What happened? Well, we can see that what he did is he took this 4 right here and just plopped it on into the equation. Now that's like a really, really common thing that a lot of people do. If you do that, don't worry. It's super common. It happens. It happens to the best of us. So the correct equation, we're going to say 4 is equal to 1/3 times 6 plus b. So 4 is equal to 1/3 of 6 is 2 plus b. Subtract 2 from both sides so that we can get that b by itself. And we get 2 is equal to b. So our true equation is y equals 1/3 x plus 2. All right, so now we got a few more to do. I'll do one or two more of these. I'll leave these for you guys to do to write the equation of the line and show your work. I trust that you guys can do that. Remember, you're going to find the slope. So find two nice points, find the slope, find another nice point, find the slope, and use what we just did to find that y-intercept. So Harper's at a bowling alley and she spent $13 so far on bowling shoes and playing 2 rounds of bowling. The cost for each round is $5 per person. So we're going to let X represent the number of rounds she played and Y is the total cost. What's the rate of change? Well, the rate of change is easy. If X is the number of rounds, our rate of change is the cost per round. So the rate of change here is 5. And what point is addressed in the situation? Well, she's played 2 rounds, so our X value is 2, and it's cost $13 so far. So the point is 213. All right, you guys are going to solve this one. Art and Sierra are descending Kings Peak, the highest peak in Utah. They've been climbing down the mountain, losing 14 feet every minute. They reach Anderson Pass 59 minutes after leaving the summit. The graph represents the relationship between the time that passed since leaving the summit on the x-axis and the elevation on the y-axis. What's the rate of change? Well, let's find some nice points. And this is terrible because I only see one nice point. But they did give us a key to the rate of change. It is 14 feet every minute. So the rate of change is 14. What is the elevation of Anderson Pass? Well, we're going to have to figure that out. Actually, no, it gives it to us, sorry. Anderson Pass is right here. The elevation is 12,701 feet. So now we're going to write an equation to represent the relationship between the number of minutes climbing and their current elevation. So, remember, this is a negative because they're losing that amount. So we're going to say y equals negative 14x plus b. We're going to plug in our y value of 12,701. This is equal to negative 14 times our x value at Anderson Pass, which is 59, plus b. All right, so then on the left-hand side, we get 12,701. Now, I do not know what 14 times 59 is off the top of my head, and I don't expect you guys to either. That is a ridiculous thing to have you guys know. So pull out your handy-dandy calculator, and you will see that it is 826. Make that negative. Now, in order to get b by itself, we add 826 to both sides, and we get 13,527 is equal to b. So our equation is y equals negative 14x plus 13,527. So how high is King's Peak? Well, King's Peak then has to be our y-intercept of 13,527 feet. So now you guys are going to finish these last two parts of this problem, guys. As always, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure you hit like, make sure you subscribe, make sure you are ringing that notification bell so you can see these videos as soon as they come out. As always, guys, we'll see you in class.